microphone set up. Alright, let's get some links shared and we'll get rolling. We'll link to YouTube here. And let's get the link to Facebook. Alright, give everybody a second to get in here while I open up the first box. Good luck to everybody. Alright, let's get rolling here. Just gonna roll the table in front of us. Good luck to everybody. Don't really have a ton going on when it comes to new releases other than like UFC came out, the Marvel stuff came out. If you want any UFC or Marvel breaks, by all means, we will be live. I'll be live on Fanatics Live after this. Now this one I have a UFC dual case, pick your fighter, and then I have a Marvel full case on Fanatics Live. Currently taking offers in both, so if you want somebody in UFC or Marvel and you haven't found a decent price, you can always go and look on Fanatics Live. I'm going to try to keep all the baseball stuff on the Facebook group, though. Probably run some basketball and football stuff in the group, too, once the logos switch over. Hopefully everybody had a good 4th of July. We've had some really good hobby cases. We've had some really bad hobby cases for Series 2. So we'll see where this one lines up. Alright, let's get rolling here. Alright, good luck to everybody. See, obviously we're just going to kind of go through the cards here until we get to some hits or inserts. We have Royce Lewis. We got Cal Raleigh having himself a fantastic year on the foil. Like, super fantastic year. Obviously, rookies and future stars and stuff will ship. Inserts will also ship. Let me get these paper and the foil separated because for whatever reason the paper and the foil like stick to each other. It's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. Oh, a little auto here. Nope, just Aaron Judge on the All-Star Game insert. And we do get an autograph, though. Javier Sanoja. on the 1990. Nice hit for the Marlins on the Sonoha. Let me team list up here. There we go. Nice little start to get an auto in the first hobby box. Hopefully that's a good sign. We have Ronald Acuna Jr. We got a little Troy Taylor. What a guy. What a guy. Elliot Ramos on the 457 out of 2025 for the Giants. Anybody do anything crazy for the fourth? Or not really? I mean, you might not have done anything crazy for the fourth. Like, we didn't really do much. We went to Dutch Wonderland and then just kind of hung out. Didn't see fireworks. None of that crazy stuff. Good picture. Jack Sawinski. Carlos Correa. One of the better action shots, in my opinion, that you can see in this video. Jarren Duran, no border. They sit there for the Red Sox. They're not called no border. They're called like I can't think what they're called right now, but that is a hit, is what that's called. Nice one there on the Duran. Good photo of him after he hits a double. Good photo of him. And we get the acetate Joey Estes, 2 out of 10. Nice. A bit of markings on the acetate, but what are you gonna do? Wonder if anybody's trying to build the set this year. I know last year there was a guy trying to build the Series 2 set. So we got Garrett Cole. But nice Joey Estes to the A's and Billy Vermaskarchen. Summer Superstars Rafael Devers, obviously no longer a Red Sox, and a surprising trade to the Giants. I know he's disgruntled at the beginning of the year. Still kind of wild to trade like your franchise player. Jake Myers on the foil. Just my opinion. I mean, I don't know what it's like to have a franchise player as a Pirates fan, though. So we have Roki Sasaki on the insert. I'm actually going to take that Roki to the side and we'll top load it. What do you get, a home field advantage right here? Nope. It is an OPS leaders Jackson Merrill. Roki to the side for right now. Let me take this paper and put it in the bin. And put it in the bin. All right. And a silver pack. Silver pack is going to be Spencer Strider, Cal Ripken, Willie Adames, and Jackson Merrill on the cup card. Nothing crazy on the silver pack. A little unfortunate there. Right there. There. And there. All right. Into box 2. Pretty good box to start us off. 2 pretty nice hits. The out of 10 Estes and the Duran, obviously getting an autograph, period, is good. Silver pack right there. Rolling into box number 2 for anybody just popping in. Alright, box 2. Good luck to everyone. Little Christian Walker action. Start us off as the first card in the box. And we have Kevin Alcantara on the insert. Juan Soto. Man, Juan Soto started the year off so bad and just been on an absolute tear since. We have Monasterio. OPS leaders Brent Rooker. Always surprises me that Brent Rooker is like a big OPS guy. Wonder why the Twins let him go. Did he want too much money? Did they trade him for something? He was a Twins player. We have Mark McGwire. And we have another autograph. 2 for 2. Yober Diaz. For the D-backs on the 1990 Topps autograph. And that's going to go to Robbie Coleman on the Yober Diaz. Not a bad start on autographs. Hopefully it stays that way. Adley Rutschman on the Summer Superstars. It's a guy that kind of struggled to start the year. And home field advantage for Robbie Coleman and the Diamondbacks. Corbin Carroll. I wonder if the home field advantages and whatever else when it comes to basketball and football, they end up moving like downtowns. I'm assuming Topps is going to implement them when they get the logos. We have Alec Boehm on the 1990 insert. I wonder if they move better as like a case hit in football or basketball next year. Jackie Robinson. We got Skubal on the Summer Superstars. Got Robbie Ray, 16 out of 50 for the Giants. Go to Troy Hammett. Gold foil. He's having another bounce back, really good years, Robbie Ray. Jackson Churio. Josh Smith having a pretty decent year as well with the foil. Jackson Jobe on a 1990. Unfortunately down for the year with Tommy John. Never like to see it in a young guy that has a ton of potential. Machado and Tatis, and that's going to be the box. Got Freddie Freeman, Ricky Henderson, Kevin Alcantara, and Julio Rodriguez, 163 out of 199 on the teal. American League All-Stars. Going to the Mariners and Austin Fishback. Into box 3. First 2 boxes, pretty decent start. Yeah, it's box 3. Let's see, we've gone 2 for 2 in auto, so hopefully we can at least keep that part up. Let's say. Got Juan Soto on the 1990 insert. Nothing too exciting there. Then you have Paul Goldschmidt on the silver. And OPS leader is Bobby Witt Jr. He's having a decent year, but nothing like last year. He's still great. I mean, he's still great in fantasy baseball, but got Manny Machado on the 1990. I think we're going to get a memorabilia here. We are. Jackson Chourio on the blue, 61 out of 160. There's a memorabilia, but at least it's numbered out of 160. It's an out of 10 acetate for the Athletics. Got Mike Trout. Xander Bogaerts. Got Mickey Mantle. Jordan Hicks on the blue foil, Salvador Perez. Hicks going to the Giants. Obviously, he's traded. 107 out of 150 to the Red Sox, part of that Devers trade. Summer Superstars, Pete Alonso. Michael Massey on the foil. The last little bit here. Have Javier Sanoa. So he started the year off really hot. I think he's cooled down a bunch recently, but yeah, I'm gonna have Correa and Lewis. Michael Wacha is the last card. Into the silver pack. Ichiro, Vientos, Babe Ruth, and Jace Jung. Top loaded afterwards. Definitely a weaker box than the last couple. Into the fourth box here. Alright, good luck to everybody. Frank Thomas on the 1990. Jose Soriano on the foil. Nolan Arenado on the Summer Superstars. Hunter Green on the 1990. Yusi Kikichi. Oh, team border and a 36 out of 50. Andres Jimenez for the Guardians on the postseason autograph. So nice postseason auto for the Guards. Going to JD Brewer. Obviously, Jimenez is now a Blue Jay. Yusi Kikichi going to go to the Angels. Go to Robbie Coleman on the team border. First year Kikichi is with the Angels. So a nice team border card. OPS leaders Jerks and Provar. Hold on. Actually, no, that Provar is right there, so it might actually make sense that there's a gap. Clayton Kershaw on the 1990. 1990 Neto. Corbin Burns for the Diamondbacks. 1478 out of 2025. For the D-backs. On the Burns. Done for the year, Tommy John. Another guy in my fantasy team. We have Ruth and Gehrig for the Yankees. I mean, that's obviously why he's done for the year, right? It's because I had him on my team, so. OPS leaders Kyle Schwarber at 851. Darren Baker on the foil. A little double up here. 67 out of 250 for the Royals and Corbin Carroll. Summertime Superstars Tatis. That purple, 67 out of 250 as I stated earlier. Kyle Wellman and the Royals. Darren Baker on the foil. Get him top loaded at the end. We have Eminaga, Brent Rooker, Chipper Jones, and Shea Wickham. Wickham going to go to the Stros. That's box 4. Let's get into box number 5. Box 5. Good luck to everyone. Got Ted Williams, probably the best hitter to ever live. Showed him Managa on the foil. Obviously, he's been hurt, the whole year. We have Yordan Alvarez on the Summer Superstars. Jason Dominguez on the Purple Future Stars right here. 72 out of 250. Been wildly inconsistent this year. Chris Sale broke his ribs making an infield play, which is goofy as shit, but another pitcher I have in my fantasy, both my fantasy teams. Zach Gallen on the City Connect for the memorabilia autograph in this box. We have Soto and Lindor. Oh no. Alright, we're fine. Freddie Freeman. Randy Johnson for the D-backs. Corey Seager for the Rangers. Jenny Tran for the Red Sox. First pitch. Oh, baby, the golden mirror. Wyatt Langford getting himself a bath. Nice hit for the Rangers. Kyle Wellman. Nice. Golden mirror. You got Thomas Sagisi on the foil. Top load him after the break. Get the Ran right there. Ronald Acuna Jr. on the 1990. Connor Griffin on the gold. The Marlins. And then Summertime Superstars. Dylan Cruz, who struggled a little bit. Griffin, called him Connor Griffin, didn't I? Griffin Conine. 387 out of 2025. Probably not the first time I've called him that either. Let's say it's Jeff Conine's son. Don't know who Jeff Conine is. I'm sorry that you're young. Yeah. Pretty good ball player. It's a very good manager. Maybe I'm getting confused with Craig Counsell. I don't know if Conine managed or not. We have Bo Jackson, Salvador Perez, Sandy Koufax, and Alec Bohm. Very weak-ass silver pack. If we're being 100% honest. Alright, let's get into the box 6. We'll put us halfway through the break. And there was a ton of all-star snubs this year. There's a good chance that the hits leader and the RBI leader in the National League both are not all-stars when the all-star break hits, which is crazy. Juan Soto not an all-star is nuts. Home Run Derby looks like it could shape up to be pretty dope, though. Good luck to everybody in box 6. Luis Angel Acuna. Ezekiel Duran on the foil. Griffey and J-Rod. Paul Skeens in 1990 with the cup card. Zach DeCenzo, 48 out of 50 on the RPA. Nice little hit there for the Stros. And Brian Ward. Nice little rookie patch auto there. Judge on the DeCenzo. Didn't see that one coming at all. I was like, oh, you got a memorabilia, how lovely. And then it has an autograph on it. I'm like, oh, that is actually kind of lovely. It's kind of awesome. We have Luis Arraez. Pete Alonso. Huge gap, but just duds. Andy Podges out of 99. Future Star, 2 out of 99. Oh yeah, it's definitely quite a few cards, that's for sure. There we go, Andy Podges. Got Yamamoto. And right here we have Jarren Duran on the Summer Superstars. Got James Outman on foil. Oscar Hernandez, 1990 insert. Last little chunk here. OPS leaders Gunner. OPS Gunner. Gotta love it. And let's get into the silver pack. Bryce Harper, Thomas Segisi, Mike Trout, and Jacob deGrom. Jacob deGrom's having a really good year this year. It's back to the old deGrom, except he's winning because he's not playing for the Mets. Not playing for the Mets, so he's actually getting dubs. Box 7. So far we've had a pretty good run of autographs. Hopefully we can keep that up. 4 out of 6. If we get 8 autos out of this case, that'd be much higher percentage than normal. Miguel Adahar. We got Blake Snell. 6 out of 74 on the black foil, Stephen Kwan. Go to the Guardians. The Guardians are having a pretty decent break. Wyatt Lane for like what they can actually hit in the. We have another one. Speaking of the Guardians, Daniel Schneeman, Baseball Stars base. Going to the Guardians and J.D. Brewer. Another autograph. Love to see it. Love to see it. We have Ohtani and Betts. A little dual card right there. Julio Rodriguez in a 1990 insert. Anthony Volpe. Nice shot of Zach Bazicki. Bazicki, however you say his name. OPS leaders, William Contreras for the Brew Crew. We have Mark Long, Chase Field. Roki Sasaki. They sit there on the foil. Not 100% sure what Roki's selling for right now, but I know at one point in time those cards were like $50+. We got Babe Ruth. Remember, guys, Chrome comes out at the end of the month. We gotta be prepped for that. A lot of cases coming in. We got Ellie De La Cruz, and that's gonna be box 7. Into the silver pack. We have Randy Johnson, Ronald Acuna Jr., Hunter Green, and Manny Machado. Once again, the silver pack lets us down. Into box 8. Oh. Back to fill at the bottom of that. got Matt Olson. Oh. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Oh, there you go on the purple for the Mets. Oh. Felix Bautista on the foil. Dylan Cruz on the 1990. We are going to get a memorabilia here unless it's an autograph as well. We got Yu Darvish. He just made his return yesterday. 9 out of 150. He went like, what, 3.2 innings, had 5 Ks. Got hit a little bit, but he let up 2 or 3 earned runs. They're being gone for since the beginning of the season. Like I said, first start this year. We have Schmidt and Bohm. Schmidt and Turner, my bad, not Bohm. Sorry, I was thinking third baseman because of Mike Schmidt, but it's actually Trey Turner. It's a shortstop. We have Willie Mays. I guess they're going back to the young days of Mike Schmidt when he played a little bit of shortstop. I think he played a little bit of shortstop very early on in his career. So any Phillies fans watching, you can correct me if I'm wrong. We have Kumar Rocker. He had the 4th of July start for the boys. That wear the red, white, and blue as in the Rangers. I have Shohei Ohtani, OPS leaders. He was number 2 last year behind the one and only Aaron Judge. I have a 4-digit OPS is just absolutely fucking diabolical. We have Joey Graziati on the first pitch. San Francisco Giants on the foil. Nolan Arenado on the 1990. Manny Machado. Jordan Hicks to wrap us up. Obviously, we mentioned earlier. Part of the Devers trade. Into the foil pack. We got Big Pete Alonso, Big Schmeat Pete, Hernandez, Betts, and Jackson Jobe. Top load him at the end, obviously. We'll see how Jobe recovers from the Tommy John. Since that's where he was headed off to. It is Tommy John land. Rolling with box 9. Alright, good luck to everyone. In box 9. Got Freddie Freeman on the 1990. Jacob Young on the foil. Marcell Osuna on the OPS leaders from last year. Got Trey Turner. For the Braves, on card, Chipper Jones, 1990. National League All-Star on card. That's going to go to John Parrish. What a hit. Good old Larry. Nice hit there. Got Corey Seager on the summertime. The Summer Superstars. We got a second home field advantage for the Blue Jays, Vladdy. And Vladdy Jr. That's going to go to William Warfield. And the Blue Jays doubling up on the home field advantages in the same case. We are going to have the blue Zaluta for the Reds. Blue foil. An 86 out of 150. That's going to go to Jeff Siegler. We're going to have O'Neal Cruz. Fernando Tatis Jr. and JD Martinez. JD Martinez on the green foil. 32 out of 99 to the Mets. I think JD's not even signed right now, right? Isn't he still a free agent? Aw, damn, dude, that sucks. About the autograph. We have Fernando Tatis Jr. 876 out of 2025 for the Padres. Got Mookie Betts. Francisco Lindor. And Christian Walker. Terrible. Roki Sasaki on the Summer Superstars. We have Gary Sanchez on the foil. Kyle Tucker for the Cubbies. Fantastic year, made it to the All-Star game. And we're going to have Witt and George Brett on the little dual card there. Jordan Alvarez, Lawrence Butler, Gunnar Henderson, and Anthony Volpe. Not bad names in the silver pack, but just not a good silver pack for 2025 product. All right, let's get into box 10. Down to the last 3 boxes. Down to the last 3 boxes. Oh, come on, Vladdy. I'll get off. Box 10. Into the double digits we go. JT Realmuto in the 1990 baseball insert. Gavin Lux for the Reds. He looks so goofy not in a Dodgers uni. We have Roki and Ohtani on the dual card. Ohtani in the 1990. We have Dylan Cruz on the blue. 37 out of 150. Gonna go to Billy Vermaskerchen. I mean, knock on wood, we either had an autograph or a numbered parallel for all of the quote-unquote guaranteed hits of memorabilia or autos, which is kind of dope. Corbin Carroll on the Summer Superstars. Salvador Perez on the 1990. Lucas Giolito on the purple foil for the Red Sox. 148 out of 250. We have Pavin Smith, 15 out of 50 on the gold foil. Harper. Jackson Merrill on the Summer Superstars. Pavin Smith, man. Pulled so much of his stuff in 2021 product. So he had like an auto every single break. 15 out of 50. Gold foil to the D-backs. And Robbie Coleman. We have Seth Halverson. The Summer Superstars, Correa. Taylor Walls on the foil. For Seth Halverson, we have a 478 out of 2025. Paul Goldschmidt. We have the nice bro on the Aqua, Bryce Harper and Weston Wilson. To the silver pack. So I haven't got really like anything crazy out of silver pack here. We have Corbin Carroll, O'Neal Cruz, Paul Skeens, and Javier Sanoja. Speaking of good pitchers, since we hit Skeens, did anybody else invest in Jacob Mizorowski after I told you guys that he was going to be disgusting? And when we were pulling his autographs and stuff, people just laughed at me because he signed his shit as Jacob M. And not really like laughed at me, but everyone's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And now he's out here just fucking blowing balls past the Dodgers, making dudes look like they're about to cry when they're swinging at pitches. My only fear was that his arm was going to fall apart, which it still could, but dude is electric. I think he came up too late to be an update, so I think he's going to be like a huge chase next year. Ty, they were laughing at me about Jacob Wilson, too. And I'm telling you right now, if people would have listened to me about Jacob Wilson, there'd be some guys that... We had Big Christmas there. John Kenzie Noel. Got Josh Hello. They would be just literally just rolling in money. Rafael Devers. Because Jacob Wilson is Jack Wilson's son, which he played for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Got Spencer Torkelson and George Brett. $11.73 out of 2025, but no, there's not a ton of people that listened about Jacob Wilson because the A's were not flying off the shelf whenever they were in draft. And we still get a numbered memorabilia. 59 out of 150, Fernando Tatis Jr. All-Star National League Variation memorabilia. That's going to Billy. Got Zach Neto. Yeah, Scooball. Ball again on the 1990s. At this time it has the pink background. Who do I collect baseball wise? Third baseman. Like Edgar Martinez. Like older guy, like older third baseman. Scott Rowland, Edgar Martinez. Oh, and oh wow. This is a really good case. This might be Ellie. This is Ellie. And it's the 101. Good fucking God. Who has the Reds? Big hit for Jeff right there. Good Jesus. That is a fucking insane card right there. That is insane. Now keep it moving. Got Paul Skeens. The equivalent of that, Ty, if you compared it to football, would be like hitting like a 101 kaboom. Christian Yelich on the Javier. Duke Schneider and Mickey Mantle. That's going to be box 11. Minus the silver pack. Minus the silver pack. Yeah, like that's a... Yeah, it's a big card. We have Royce Lewis, Mickey Mantle, Sasaki, and Freddie Freeman. Slightly better silver pack. There has to be an autograph in this last silver pack. It's the second LE 101 we pulled this year. We pulled a 101 autograph of him earlier. Earlier in the year, I should say. No, that might have been last year. Rodney pulled it out of Stadium Club. So I think that was actually last year, technically. Rodney watching? Oh, that's Austin. Yeah, it was out of Stadium Club. I'm just trying to think if it was in this calendar year. Because Stadium Club came out late, so I was trying to think, like, was it in like February or was it the end of last year? Because Stadium Club did not come out early. It was one of the products that got delayed. It had to be maybe the beginning of this year or sometime. You know what? It was whenever Augie was born. It had to be in November. Because I think he was filling in for breaks because Augie was born. I was in the hospital. So that'd be November last year, I guess. Eduardo Rodriguez. And Mookie Betts on the summer. We got Matt Wallner. That's going to be a 244 out of 250 for the Twins. Mike Yastrzemski. We're going to get a thick boy. I don't think it's going to be autographed. 8 out of 25. Seiya Suzuki for the Cubs. One of the guys that got snubbed for the All-Star game. Should have definitely been in there and just... They snubbed him for sure. This is a 130, ain't it? They're going to be the RBI leader in the National League and not make the All-Star game. Kind of crazy. Nice orange O going to the Cubbies and Kyle Wellman. Yeah, Riley Green on the OPS. Cal Ripken Jr. Junior Caminero. Seager and Beltray. Zach McKinstry, man, pulled too many of him in. Was it 2022? So the Tigers, blue foil, 82 out of 150. And Michael Mercado for the foil. You got Ichiro. What I got is cards falling down. And Summertime Superstars, Riley Green, Zach Gallen. Mercado can go over here in the needs to be top loaded pile. See what the silver pack has before I even move that pile and go from there. See if we finally get an autograph on one of these. We got Witt, John Kenzie Noel, Ellie De La Cruz, and we get a 10 out of 50 Bobby Witt Jr. for the Royals to end it. American League All-Star. And let's do a quick recap of the hits. I will be on Fanatics Live trying to fill a dual case UFC, Hobby, and Breakers of Light. It's over halfway filled now. There's also a Marvel break from the Marvel Chrome that came out. If anyone's looking for pick your character in Marvel. We have Bobby Witt Jr. out at 50 on the gold. Zach McKinstry on the blue. We have the purple Wallner. We have the pink background Screwball. We have the gold Torkelson. We have the aqua foil Nice Bro. We have Halverson on the gold. The gold foil Smith. The purple Giolito. We're going to have Fernando Tatis Jr. on the gold. Martinez on the green foil. Zaluta on the blue foil. The blue Yu Darvish out of 150 on the memorabilia. We have the purple Mets card. We have Roki Sasaki on the foil. Stephen Kwan on the black foil. The green foil, Andy Pages. Griffin Conine on the gold. We have Zach Gallen on the City Connect. Jason Dominguez, my bad. This is the only non-numbered hit that we got was this Zach Gallen City Connect. For the autographs and memorabilia. We have Jason Dominguez on the purple. I lied earlier saying we didn't hit. Everything was numbered. We all win for the Royals on the purple foil. We have Burns on the gold. Hicks on the blue foil. Julio Rodriguez on the aqua. We have Heliot Ramos on the gold. Let's get into what's on the hit board. So overall, pretty solid break. We're going to have the 2 out of 10 Joey Estes acetate for the Athletics. We're going to have the non-board. I can't remember what this is. It's like the photo. I'll just call it the Stadium Club Parallel because it's literally just a Stadium Club card. For Jaron Duran, we have 8 out of 25 Seiya Suzuki on the memorabilia. Dylan Cruz on the out of 150 memorabilia. We have the home field advantage, Vladdy Jr. Andres Jimenez on the postseason autograph out of 50 for the Guardians. We're going to have Tatis Jr. on the blue memorabilia. We're going to have the Golden Mirror, Wyatt Langford for the Rangers. We're going to have the team border, Kikichi. Corbin Carroll on the home field advantage. We have Jackson Churio out of 150 on the Major League material. We have Daniel Schneemann, baseball stars. We have Robbie Ray on the gold foil. We have Zach DeCenzo on the RPA out of 50 Major League material. We have Yilbert Diaz on the 1990 autograph. Javier Sanoja on the 1990 autograph. I thought that Chipper Jones was going to be the best hit of the break, but clearly he's not going to be. The 1990 autograph, all National League All-Star. And then we have the 101 All Kings, Ellie De La Cruz. Going to Jeff. Big hit here for the Reds. Probably the best card I pulled in any type of flagship product. Pulled an out of 5 Trout, and we pulled an Ohtani autograph out of 15 one year. But I would probably argue this card's probably still bigger than that. Let's say huge hit there. I'll say post some stuff on social media. Once we get it sorted, Jeff, I'll overnight the card to you. And just let me know if you're going to be home or not that way, because I'm going to require a signature on it or whatever else. We'll overnight it to you. I was going to say that way we don't have to deal with the mail or whatever. Well, I mean we still have to deal with the mail, but I'll overnight it to you and just want to make sure you're there so that I can get a signature to know that you guys received it, so that the post office doesn't run some shaduki badookie crap on us, if that makes sense. Appreciate y'all as always. I definitely bumped the hell out of the camera at the end there. We'll be on Fanatics Live here in like 10 minutes or so, trying to fill UFC and Marvel. So if anybody's any interest in that, by all means, or just want to come out and come and hang out and see my sexy face, I will be there. See you guys either there, or if not, I'll post another baseball break tomorrow. Probably be a mixer with some different things in it, including Inception, multi-year, because we'll have some 25 and 24. You guys have a good night. Be safe. Congratulations to those that hit, those that didn't. Hopefully better luck next time. Appreciate y'all as always.